$250,000. What exactly did he do to you? And can you explain why he was singled out personally for the punitive damages?
The fact that I know his name, comes to an interesting set of events in terms of who's where and what cameras are on, and that I happen to be filming.
Because you had your cell phone with you and you had it out and you were using that to record some of what you were observing, correct?
That's exactly correct. So I was filming, and as I'm saying this, I recognize that perhaps you would believe me, but a lot of people wouldn't believe me when I tell you. Court might not believe me when I tell you what happened and what he did if I didn't happen to also have video of it, because it's that absurd, and it should be that it should be so far outside the norms of acceptable behavior, right, that it's an outlier, and unfortunately it might not have been. I was crossing a street. I will admit, I was jaywalking, right, as not crossing at the crosswalk. I had good reasons for that. I was walking up a hill where there was an awful lot of gas, and it was a perfectly safe, actually, choice to cross where I crossed. And as I was crossing, and I was filming, walking towards the Capitol and crossing 14th, and I was watching half a dozen or so, and then there were others, but closest to me, officers who were just kind of in a line on the Capitol facing out. There were no protesters right there, and I've used the word surreal, but it was a surreal sight. Like sort of a small occupation, but in response to nothing. There were no protesters right there. And as I was filming, I saw the officer who was to the left of this line, as I'm looking at them, dropped his knee, and the image that was in my head and has remained there is it felt like a video game, like he was playing a video game. Dropped to his knee and pointed a weapon at me, and as I'm filming, deploys it. And
my friend was there, put his hands up when the police told him to, and they shot him 3 times, 3 or 4 times with rubber bullets.
And now know that the weapon was not a firearm with traditional bullets, right? The sight still, right, stuck with me, right, for many nights and nightmares, and that went away after a while, but came right back during the trial, of seeing this person with a gun, because that's what it is. And right, we have to be really careful. I heard someone say earlier, non-lethal weapons. They're not non-lethal weapons. They're less lethal weapons, which is a distinction, but they're not non-lethal weapons. And to see him, and what he did is he dropped took a knee to steady himself, to get his aim, and shot something into my leg.
He shot a pepper ball at your leg, or what was it? Do you know?
That's what I didn't know that's what it was at the time, but I do understand that's what it is.
And what did that feel like?
It hurt is the short answer. It also was, I wish I had a better synonym for surreal, but just like, this can't be happening. It hurt, it stung. I was aware, even in the moment, of keeping my pace, finishing. I was almost, by the way, I said I was crossing the street. I was almost done. Right? It was more than 2/3 across the street when he makes his choice to do this. So I came up on the sidewalk. I continued filming them, and I narrated what had just happened. And I think I kind of exhaled and said he just shot me in my leg or calf, and it hurt. And as it happened, I didn't even get to sit with that pain terribly long, because it wasn't too much longer before his colleagues unleashed on us again. And so it's not like the next day I could isolate that one shot, but it hurt and it stung, and it was even through pants, and left quite a mark even through thick jeans.